Hi everybody, this is Consuelo at Consuelo's Viola's Daughters channel on YouTube, and I'm back again today uh, because I have a make from BagODay or BagODay with Crystal from her YouTube, and it was a tutorial, and she called it Easy T-shirt. All of Crystal's tutorials are pretty easy, but I think when she mentions that these are really a beginner can do this without any trouble at all. And so I wanted to show what happened to my make. I made a little change up. Sorry, Crystal, but you know how I am. Um, but I want to welcome back my old subscribers and say hello to my new subscribers and welcome here too. And maybe you'll get used to hearing my melodious voice. I've been told I don't talk loud enough, so I'm giving it a gung-ho try. Let me know. And I hope that while you're here, you will hit the like button, comment, subscribe, and if you want to share, I'll appreciate that too. So don't forget, give me the thumbs up or down if you really feel you have to. And comment. I love your comments. I do read all of them. I do reply to all of them. I even go back to the old ones and see if I missed someone who replied later, you know, a week or so after I've already posted. So I really do appreciate that you take the time to make a comment. So far, all of them have been lovely, and it lets me get to know you. And if you like to see more of what I'm showing, I mean, there's so many of us here on the YouTube streets now. You have your pick of anything and everybody. Some of us are more into knitting. Some of us are knitters and crocheters. I'm mostly crocheting. In fact, right now I am crocheting. I do know how to knit, needlepoint, and all the other little needle crafts that come about, embroidery, all of those. I've dabbled in all of them. I've done some of them over the years, but right now for the last 2 years, all I want to do is crochet, and that's what I do. So I wanted to show you my top, and again, unfortunately, you'll have to get to watch me bungle through my modeling skills, which I do not possess. But I'm actually here standing up to show you how the blouse looks on an average figure, mature body, and actually I'm not tall or long-legged like most models are who are in the industry, but actually I'm only about 5'1", so I'm not by any means a tall lady. But I want you to see how my make came out using Crystal. Now I did say her name, Crystal of BagODay, which is BOD. And I didn't do this for the BOD alone, only because I believe one of the specifications is that you have to follow her pattern pretty closely. And even though Crystal gives you the right to change it, and she looks forward to seeing all your different, because Crystal has nothing to do with the BagODay. It's actually Daniel of Pour Ply. Is it Pour Ply? Yes, Pour Ply. And Jill of the Fiber Floozy. Now, I might have left out a word in the Pour Ply, but I think I got them all. I'll try and put it in the bottom. I don't always remember to put it in the descriptions, but I'm going to try. So let me stand up for a brief moment and let you see what this blouse looks like on top. It's summer. It's made of cotton, and I'll show you what kind of cotton. But let me show you the blouse first. And it's called her T-shirt, Easy T-shirt top. So this is it. It's made of cotton, and actually I use Karen cotton ripple, because that's what I had and I wanted to use it. And so it's in 2 panels, and then I did some alterations or changes. I love the lacy top, and I was like, on the original pattern, she only had this on the top, and then the bottom, I believe, was solid. At least that's what it looked like on the picture. The tutorial too, if I remember right, although my memory's not what it used to be. But I said, I want to see more of it. And so I added the band. Depends on which side you see. You can see it more on one color than the other. As you can see, I don't have a perfect shape, but I think it's flattering anyway. I did add a few more stitches to give it that pelham look because it was too straight, and I thought that's not figure flattering for me. And then on it, I added some of that pattern on the sleeves, because if I remember, the sleeves were just plain double crochet. And as Crystal tells you, you can make it longer or shorter. You know, she doesn't hold you to some strict rules of any kind. And this yarn is color changing on its own. It does what it wants to do. And I'll come in a little closer. I have a shirt underneath, although it doesn't look like I do, but I do. I have a shirt underneath, and it's very holey. So I did put a tank top underneath for modesty purposes. You don't have to, I guess, if you didn't want to, but I did. And let me turn around this way so you can see the shirt. I added this edging, which is like a rip. What is that called? Crab stitch? I think it's called the crab stitch, where you go backwards with the single crochet. I'm terrible at names. Yeah, it goes back. Yeah, I think it's called the crab stitch. So instead of just doing a single crochet, I did the crab stitch at the end because I thought the bumps tied in with the circles. Just the way my mind works, what can I say? And then I didn't do anything on the sleeve because I thought the sleeve had enough going on with it. When you work it, you're working it straight. So then you just add the sleeves. And I made a size large to count for the large. But then when I did the sleeves, I opened it up a little bit, you know, like I added 4 or 5 more stitches underneath, so to make sure I didn't want it like this, although that doesn't look bad. I wanted it to be able to swing away so that the pattern could show. And the orange part came down as a stripe. You can wear it either way. I went to try it on and I realized, oh, you wear it one day with the back, the stripe, the way the stripes fell, the green, or you could pull this more to the front if you were concerned about these lines. You can pull it more to the front, and you could have the orange on the bottom. It doesn't really matter. You can wear it either way. And depending on your outfit, maybe you had a little blazer on and you wanted to play up the orange because it's autumn, or maybe you want to play up the light mint green. It's like a mint green. It's got all kind of colors in this. And let me show you what yarn it was. I only used 1 whole skein to do the blouse. Well, it's not a skein, it's a cake. It's an 8.5 ounce cake too, so it's not a little cake. It had 240 grams, 491 yards, or 449 meters. So I used this. Am I doing it right? Yes. It's Karen cotton cakes. This is what I have left, and I just wrapped it like this so it didn't get tangled. I have a lot left, so I didn't need 2. And this is, I went between a large and an extra large. I don't know if it's large or medium. But, this is me. I always I added a few more stitches to the count because I knew it said loose fit. But when I did my chaining, I said, oh, it doesn't look like it's going to be loose enough. It's always better to be bigger than smaller. I could block it in or block it out. Like 4 or 5 stitches won't make much difference. It's an inch overall, your whole body. So an easement of an inch isn't going to be, you know, that crucial. So let me sit in my high chair again. And like I said, this is the ripple. So I used a whole cake, which is like 400 and what did I say, 91 yards. And it suggested that I used, this yarn says use a G, but I used an I because Crystal had it use a J, but I didn't want it that saggy, soft. I didn't need it that soft because I already went up a size. So I made all kinds of calculations. Anyway, it fits, right? I changed my stitch count. I added four chains extra, which is like a little over half an inch to an inch, depending on how big your needle was. So it's anywhere between I would say a half an inch. I added in the beginning chain. I rather err on the side of being a little large. I knew it was going to fit because her sizing, I think I used her measurements. She used a medium, but the medium, like I told you before, I find that the yarn kind of, you know, once it's rested a little bit, it tends to like get a little bit longer. The stitches start opening up with the moisture in the air, I guess, and everything affects the yarn. So you end up with bigger round holes than you started off with. Yeah, you end up with these holes, they're a lot bigger. So I do suggest you wear a tank top under this, which I have on. And I let the stripes do what they wanted to do. See, you can see the sleeves. The sleeves didn't stretch out as much, but then it doesn't have my body pulling on the stitches. And I never did block it. It's cotton. What's the make? I don't think I told you. The color is Soft Summer Stripe Collection. I think it's discontinued. I got it at Michael's. Beginning of the spring, and I bought this one and I bought the multicolor. This one is like more of a, oh, what's the name of this one too? I didn't tell you that. This one's called Clay Pot, and the other one was a striped. I think it was called Summer Stripes. I forgot the name of it. But like I said, I think it's discontinued anyway, so I wouldn't go off looking for it. But I think any cotton yarn, whether it's self-striping or solid. I think a solid would look really nice in this pad. So any one of those type of yarns will look good. It says to use a H or a G. They suggested a G. Yes, they suggested a G. HG. I used an I. Crystal used the H. No, Crystal used the J, which is a 6 millimeter. I used the I, which is 5.5. So I wanted my stitches a little compact, but I knew it being cotton, it doesn't stretch as much as acrylic does. It doesn't have that much give. But because I used an I, and I just made sure I didn't, you know, well, you can't really, I really couldn't change the tension but so much. It was just my normal tension. But I did go up a size in her sizing. I used hers. Hers was between a medium and a large. You'll just have to figure out on your own body type which size you're. But originally she said, let me remember. Originally she said on the video that it's an easy fit garment. That's what it was. And that's why I used hers, because I'm small in frame, although not plump or fluffy, but I'm smaller in frame, so I knew I could do between a medium and large if it's an easy fit. I know it's not going to be skin tight or um, uncomfortable. And then I did see all these holes, or lace I should call it, not holes, but this lacy pattern. And with the lacy pattern, that you always get a little more stretch because you're just using chains. At least that's what I found out to be. If you know better, or you know something that I don't understand, put it in the comment section, and then we chat. You know, because you learn something every day. Somebody always tells you something that you didn't know. So if you do have a different opinion or something to add to my concept, put it in the comment section, and then I could look at it, and maybe we'll get to chat about it, or I'll get to use it. I'm always game to use it. Nobody loses their life if I make a mistake on my crocheting. So I feel very free to do and try different things. And like I said, I didn't see that pattern in the bottom. If I remember right, if I listened to the tutorial, it was straight double crochets all the way up from the end of when you do this bodice part, this bust line. You have a lacy pattern, and then it goes all straight double. I didn't do that. I added another border, and then I ended it with 2 rows of double crochet to tighten it up so it didn't just go any old which way from the lace. Because at the end, you could do all kinds of things. It could curl up, or it could stretch out. So I controlled it with and gave it an even look doing 2 rows of double crochet. And I didn't put the edging on top of that because I didn't want it too tight. I didn't know how tight it was going to fit on my hips. You know, your hips and your back. I didn't know if it was going to grab my slacks fabric. So I just put double crochet, 2 rows of double crochet at the end, and left it like that. And it has a finished look. It doesn't look unfinished, or like like when you don't put that last row of single crochet. So I just wanted to show you this. As usual, I chatted on and I stayed a lot longer than I thought I would. But if you have any comments, put them down in the bottom. I would enjoy reading them. And I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to cut this a little short. Otherwise, I'll stay on chattering and chattering. And I want to say goodbye. Be kind. Keep crocheting. And see you next time. Bye.